finally rest knowing that Mother Brain and the space pirates have been defeated. Any Metroids present on planet Zebes were eradicated during the pirate facility's destruction, once again saving thousands of lives in the process. Unfortunately, the galaxy always has a way of reminding me that a bounty hunter's job is never done.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Retro Wednesday, where today we are officially kicking off the countdown to the release of Metroid Prime 4 with Metroid Prime Remastered. But before we get too far into this, I do want to say a big thanks to Hiichilua for not only providing her voice for the intro skit, but also providing the Samus cosplay. So if you want to go check her out, she does stream over on twitch.tv/Hiichilua. I'll have the link down in the description. Go give her a little bit of love from here over the network. But without any further introduction, let's hop in to Metroid Prime Remastered. Alright, and here we are where it all began, the original Metroid Prime. Now, you may be wondering, well, why are we playing, the remaster and not the original Prime? And to be honest, I figured, we might as well take a look at the remaster because it is a pretty faithful adaptation of the original GameCube release, as well as we can bask in the glory of these beautiful HD textures for Metroid Prime. And I also think we played the GameCube version previously in another video. I'm pretty sure we played it in another video. 95% sure. I could be wrong, but who it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're here playing Metroid Prime Remastered. It's good. It's all good. We can just sit here and question why they never ended up re-releasing or remastering Metroid Prime 2 or 3, which from the little things that have dripped from the grapevine, apparently they were planning on remastering both of those, but they got canceled somewhere along the way, and so we just got this game, which got cobbled together from the leftover stuff from the original remaster plans and then packaged together, and then we get this beautiful looking game that we can only sit and wonder, where is the rest of the trilogy? And honestly, I thought that they would have re-released Metroid Prime 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2's GameCube game back catalog as part of their online subscription, but we have yet to see that actually come through. Also, I don't know, what is this control scheme? That is disgusting. We do not want that. How do I switch that up? Okay, there we go. Now we're playing on the good control scheme, so to speak. Although I don't know how to use any of the buttons because I'm used to the lovely little GameCube release. How do we use the scan visor? Is it like that? And then do we just hold the button down? How do I scan? How do I scan? Oh, okay, it's the left button. Okay, bingo. But yeah, I totally thought that they were going to, re-release or just release Metroid Prime 2 as part of the online service, but then that hasn't come, at least yet. We still got a good 2 weeks before the release of the game, so I guess they could surprise us with maybe like a Thanksgiving drop of Metroid Prime 2, so you got a whole week to try to complete the game before Metroid Prime 4 comes out. And then, Metroid Prime 3, we pretty much have nothing on, which just kind of sucks because that was a Wii game. They really implemented the waggle controls. It kind of needs its own either remastered port, or they would have to add the whatchamacallit, the Wii as another virtual console system, which I don't think they're gonna magically drop for Metroid Prime 4. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna stick with their plans to release the Virtual Boy stuff earlier next year. But let's talk a little bit about Metroid Prime, shall we? Now, this is a game series that I'm not the most diehard fan of, and it's funny because I am a big Metroid fan, but I'm more into the 2D Metroid games. I thought Other M was okay as well, gameplay wise. I felt it was smooth, it looked really good, but it was a really easy game, and the sense of exploration was pretty much dead. It almost felt like Metroid Fusion, where it was very heavily guided, because in that game, you didn't have the ability to just kind of do what you want when you wanted. Adam, or the computer thing that's in Metroid Dread, if you played Metroid Dread, was kind of like pulling the strings in that game for the most part. So like when I first was exposed to the Metroid Prime games, I didn't really, you know, like gravitate to them as much. I felt like, oh, it as a first-person shooter is just not really my type of Metroid, especially with what do you call it? Like the GameCube's control scheme, I really did not like that at all. Also, we're just taking all that electrical damage. Ooh, that's delicious. But yeah, I just didn't really care for the control scheme of the GameCube. It just didn't feel that good to me, with everything being done on one thumbstick was just kind of a not the most fun experience, I would have to say. I much prefer like dual analog sticks, and I guess you could say that's part of the reason as to why we're playing the remastered version of Prime, which has dual thumbstick or dual analog stick support. It's just like, yeah, it wasn't really my thing. So like when I first started playing the game, I played it like a tiny bit, and then I didn't touch it for like 6 months, then went back to it, and then ended up ultimately finishing the game, but it took me about 3 years to do so, all on the same sort of save file. And you know, with a game like this, where it's exploration based and you kind of have to remember where you were going, I highly advise against waiting that long in between, you know, like play sessions, because you will oftentimes forget where you are at. I just recently finished Metroid Prime on the GameCube. My save took 3 years to do it, but we got it done with, I think, 75% completion, because I did not scan all of the stuff. And then this game, I feel like I finished it, but at the same time, I don't know if I finished this or not. I really could not tell you. I just do not remember. And then Metroid Prime 2, haven't touched it. I think I played the demo that came on the bonus disc, and that's about it. And then with whatchamacallit, Metroid Prime 3, I think I just loaded it up to get background footage, and that was it. I have not played the game like at all, other than that point. So it's definitely gonna be like a good time playing through all of these different Metroid Prime games here, because then I get to kind of explore the Prime series for what it is, you know, just to build up a little bit of repertoire, so to speak, for when we play Metroid Prime 4 come December 4th. Which I am very excited for. Can always love a new Metroid release. It's just the franchise that Nintendo does not wanna really promote all that much. They make merch and then they just don't make any new games. So it's like, what the heck? But yeah, I definitely think it'll be kind of fun to you know, sort of experience these other two Prime games. I know Metroid Prime 2 is a little decisive with its sort of what do you call it? Like the light and dark sort of aspect of it, and the beams and whatnot. And then Metroid Prime 3, I know like literally nothing about. I know that there's different bounty hunters in there, and then, you know, you're like against them or something, you get corrupted by Dark Samus, and other than that, like, I really know nothing. Oh god, it's gonna be really good. I can tell that there's gonna be a lot of interesting remarks throughout the comments on this thing, which I totally look forward to. I'm like, tell me all of your Metroid Prime stories. I want to hear it. Like, if you guys played these games back in the day when they originally came out, like, what were your thoughts on Prime? Like, was this your introduction into Metroid as a series? Were the Prime games, or were you ones that you know, played the 2D games first, and then Prime comes out and you're like, oh, this is like an interesting sort of experience here, you know, right on the cusp of Halo. And here we are fighting the Parasite Queen. I wonder, do I need to scan this? I know that if you scan certain stuff in this game, it ends up changing your weak points. I think, yeah, because now it's targeting the face, so that's where we wanna do that. Can I shoot missiles? No? Where? I thought I had a missile. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh god, we're getting acid. All right, and just so we were introduced to the lovely Parasite Queen, she managed to fall victim to Samus's delicious little arm cannon, and we have to do the normal Metroid staple of running the heck out of here before we self-destruct. Always a good time. All right, now does that do something bad? I don't remember. One of these things ends up blasting away all of our magical abilities to start the old Metroid whatchamacallit, like staple of having absolutely nothing, even though I had everything, because, you know, we just gotta lose it. Because if we have everything to begin with, well, then we're not really playing a Metroid game now, are we? Hello, Mr. Space Pirate. Goodbye, Mr. Space Pirate. Oh, one was not enough for you. It's two enough for you? Yeah, there we go. Hello, other Space Pirate. Goodbye, Mr. Space Pirate. I'll take that health. Thank you very much. And then we're gonna go in here. Was this the one that shoots you? No. Okay, that must be this next one over here. Because one of these, I swear, has like a whatchamacallit. Oh god. Oh god, all the bugs! All the bugs! Is it this one? No? One of these shoots like a projectile or something at you, or there's like a piston going. Is that further along in this tunnel? It must be, because we got like 5 minutes to complete this. Is this the one? No. We just have an infinite amount of these delicious little bugs. And why they're delicious, don't ask me. I'm not sure. Is this the one that has it? God, look at how many of them there are. You know, they probably should call some sort of like pest removal, these space pirates. If they got this frigate up here, and they clearly have like a roach infestation, given how many of these dudes are, are roaming around their vents. All right, continuing along the tunnel of love. God, yeah, you really have to like, what is it, like commend Nintendo's job, or whoever worked on this. Was a Retro Studio or someone that ended up remastering this game? Because God, does it ever look beautiful. Like, the effects just look so good, and it ages well. Like, you can still go back and play the original Prime game on GameCube and still have a good time, but, you know, some people, it's really hard to get, like, GameCube games to look good on modern televisions. I mean, there are a lot of, like, HDMI adapters, but then you need a specific type of GameCube for it, so then you got that. But, I mean, really, if you play it on a GameCube with one of those adapters, or, like, component cables, if you're lucky enough to own them, it does look really good. Of course, it's just in a 4:3 aspect ratio, but, you know, it still holds up, in my opinion. Prime is one of those games where they're just like timeless classics, and that's kind of a thing that you feel a lot with Nintendo IPs. Like, sure, if you go back to like the NES, not a lot of those games looked the best, but like the Super Nintendo games have that like pixel art charm. Like, even now there are indie games that look just as good. It just comes back to one of those things where, because this was the game that was designed around its own art style and not like trying to be realistic, then you ended up with something that could work or like stand the test of time. Whereas if they tried to make Metroid Prime look like a super hyper realistic game, then it honestly probably wouldn't hold up as much as it does today. And sure, the remaster is nice. It's a lot crisper. It's in widescreen, and then, you know, you also get some more HD graphics, or like HD elements in terms of like effects and stuff. But this is still pretty much the same game that played on GameCube. It's just got a little bit better contrast from, you know, like, what, 24 years of technological upgrades or something along the lines of that. But here we go, you can't go a Metroid game without one of those classic enemies being Ridley. And this one, I think he's like half cyborg or something along those lines, because I believe this takes place like in between Metroid 1 or 2? I think it takes place between Metroid 1 and 2. So this is post-Metroid, and then pre-Metroid 2, destroying all of the other Metroids, is where the Prime series just kind of slots in there. And it's nice that throughout time, unlike the Zelda timeline, this has kind of stayed about the same. Alright, and here we are on the Talon overworld. Pretty much the entire set dressing for Metroid Prime. Now, for those of you like familiar with Metroid style games, this is a thing that can take you an easy... Okay, I didn't want to go back in the ship. I meant to walk off the ship, and instead I walked into the ship. Brilliant. If you're familiar with Metroidvania games at all, then you know that these things can take a really, really long time to complete. And so, because of that, we're probably not gonna go, you know, to the end of the game with this, but we'll definitely give it a little look-see. We'll explore a little bit of Talon 4 before we call it quits for this episode. But, yeah, I really don't remember a whole lot about Metroid Prime in terms of, like, where we're supposed to be going, because it has been... let's see, I think the last time that I played the remaster probably was, like, when it came out, about maybe a year ago, actually. Actually, I think it was a year ago when I played it. It didn't come out a year ago, but I played it about a year ago. And so, a lot of my Metroid sort of, you know, internal, like, head map that I had is very much long gone at this point. So we're just gonna kind of explore a little bit, probably try to find our first save station that's not the ship, and then we'll probably call it ends for this episode. So we are now in the Chozo ruins. Can we do anything in the Chozo ruins, or do we need to be somewhere else? What is this? Hello, Mr. Beetle. We're gonna get rid of you. There's a seismic disturbance at the ruin site. Okay, that's good. That means progress, actually. Okay, so we got to go over in that area, it looks like. Alrighty. We need a fancy little cutscene here to look at what? The War Wasps? Is that what we're looking at? No, we're just looking at the Chozo ruins. I would say that even though I haven't really been like the biggest proprietor of Metroid Prime, going and playing like through this game and like the original GameCube release, I do have like a sort of appreciation for it. I would still say that the 2D games are still kind of where I feel it's at, but Metroid Prime 4 looks kind of promising. It looks like it could be interesting. I don't know how I feel about the whole like open world aspect that they've kind of been like teasing for it, because it seems like a lot of games are just pushing like open world sort of aspects nowadays that don't really need them. So, like Donkey Kong Bonanza is one that comes to mind. Like that's an open world, but it's like why is it built like that? You know, it's just like, okay, well the Switch 2 can handle it, so we'll just do it. It kind of almost feels like. And we actually don't have Morph Ball, so we aren't actually able to get in there. But yeah, so like Metroid Prime 4 going into the open world sort of thing, and then Donkey Kong Bonanza doing the whole open world sort of shtick. It's kind of like, well, what is the deal with everything and doing open world? Like even Zombies with Call of Duty is going open world or large map to explore, and it's like, what is the point of this? Like, what happened? Is it just because like we have the technology to do it now? The problem is now that everybody's doing it, it doesn't really feel special, you know? I don't know, these are just like the internal ramblings that go on in my head. I guess sometimes when we're trying to think about what makes a game great. It's not the fact that it has an open world, it's more so the content that it brings. And it feels like a lot of open world games just are barren wastelands that have little teeny tiny objectives that you can occasionally do in some place, and that's just where it's like, why are we even doing this? You know? Oh, okay, so here we go, we got our first little save station, so I'll go ahead and save here. And then unfortunately we will call it quits for our Metroid Prime run here. We didn't get too far into the game. I mean, if you guys really want to see more Metroid Prime 1, I guess I could potentially stream it here on YouTube. I mean, go ahead and leave it down in a comment down below if that's what you wanna see. But unfortunately, that's where we're gonna call it quits. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, remember to drop a like and make that subscribe button glow so that you don't miss any future content. And again, if you want me to stream Metroid Prime or 2 or 3, you know, a little bit on the channel, we could definitely do that. But go ahead and leave that comment down below. But with that, I will see you guys next week when we take a look at Metroid Prime 2.